过年的话，通常都会回老家吧，然后跟一些阿公阿嬷，然后很多亲戚聚在一起，然后吃团圆饭，然后打麻将啊之类的。过年特别难忘的话就因为都会跟家人打麻将嘛，然后有一次就是运气特别好，就赢了蛮多钱的，就蛮开心的。
For me, because I'm from Singapore, right, and then my mom is from Malaysia, so usually Lunar New Year we'll go back to Malaysia to her parents' house, and then where we meet our distant cousins, family, and then I think that's a very special memory that we do every year.
今年过年的话，因为就是 TSM 就是厨师有煮很多就是亚洲的食物，就是很多很丰盛的大餐，什么小笼包啊、炒面什么的，然后就还蛮不错，有那种过年的感觉。今年的愿望的话，就是希望能在 TSM 拿到前3名。
For me, it's also pretty similar. We try to get to World Championship.
There it is, K'Sante locked in for solo, so that's going to be the choice here up against the Scion. K'Sante obviously very tanky himself, but can become a very great threat given the opportunity.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, my eyes on the side of Dignitas. Spawn on a champion that he has found success with in his past. When you have Orianna Lulu, I mean, this is like protect the double lifts except for Spawn. Want to drop a game to his former team. I'm sure Neo feels the same way. So Chime hopefully going to make sure that Neo gets that pleasure. Is Santorin, he's caught.
Santorin, what are we doing, buddy? Flashing away, twisted advance back to the chickens to secure his escape. But popping Maokai's flash nice and early will do some great things to shut down some of the early gangs.
That's tough though, because Santorin, he's forced on the other side of the map now. So Aphelios Lulu, they're going to feel the consequences of that as well. This is a lane that you can win early against Lucian. Now, not anymore. Now Boogie flashes.
Ooh, nicely done there. He'll trade flash for flash with the enemy mid laner. And you know he's not the kind of guy that's going to be cautious about doing that. He'll be happy to throw himself in there and try to make those plays. As Spawn and Ignar have the push in bottom lane right now, but Neo and Chime are doing a good job fighting back. Piercing Light will find Spawn, but the shield from Ignar keeps him at relative even trading here. Boogie's going to walk forward towards Santorin, who he finds in the river. There is no flash on that Maokai. Neo and Chime into the 2v2 here in the bottom side, but they're losing out. They have to fall back.
Find something if he is able to revisit.
And up top side, excuse me, Solo's got total control over the lane right now. There's obviously plenty of minions for Armut to be able to farm up as the wave crashes into the turret. Solo, however, level 6, might just be able to make something happen here. He goes all out. Tries to pull Armut away from the protection of the turret, but doesn't. Feels like a Hail Mary, but maybe that's the only play left in the playbook when you're in the sort of situation the dig is in right now. Boogie waiting in the brush. Solo goes in, uses the Unstoppable through the Decimate of the Scion. However, as soon as Scion casts that ulti, it means you can't keep the chase going any further unless somebody's in front of him. So Armut's on now with his level 6 online, but Boogie's the same. Goes in for the ulti onto Jensen. Seismic Shove's gonna throw him right back into the waiting arms of TSM, but Santorin's ready to strike back. Boogie's now only got about 250 HP left to work with. Santorin, he's got all 4 stacks from the Sejuani E on him, but Sejuani had to disengage before that could be procced, so no kills either way. Bottom lane, it's Spawn looking to keep the fight going. Neo has to dash out to avoid the power of that crescendo. TSM making sure that they can get themselves leads even without securing the kills. There goes the Herald. There's the money in Boogie's pocket. Eyeball and inventory. Solo's even going to knock Armut back down into the river. Remember, there's no ulti. There's no flash. There's no way out. And it's first blood over to TSM. Versus Pieces just does not feel like any sort of a comparison. Solo is more than comfortable in that situation still. So as quickly lose their win. That's what I'm going to look at. Once we hit 14, 15 minutes, when plates are gone, what goes on? Spawn's eating a lot of damage from the calling. Boogie gonna go forward there. W2 doesn't quite collide. So Farm Neo's going to equalize a little bit of that here underneath the turret. Unless Santorin goes for the dive, they might just look to end these guys. Teleport shows up though. It's gonna be
maybe his best champion of all time in LCS here. I think is a big deal. Return of the company.
Oh, Boogie with the flash Arctic Assault. Jensen has to flash away to keep himself in a good enough position. Boogie not with an ulti recharge just yet, while top side, Solo's gonna find Armut, force the flash into the Scion yet again. Rift Herald summoned up mid. it is also almost that much for Spawn over Neo, and this is where Dignitas are going to have to try to play around and fight around. As Boogie's stuck in the middle of 3, Chime's ulti hits nobody, it's a big whip. Santorin now Wild Growth to try to stay alive as Spawn swoops in from the side and looks for the damage on Neo. He gets away after being polymorphed. Maple still trying to fire back, but the shockwave hurts him. He flashes over the wall to bring Santorin with him, and Seismic Shove throws the tree right back into the ice. Neutral objectives to the side of TSM so far, along with that 1,500 gold lead. And TP coming in now too. They don't want to just give away this next trade. Maple's coming in with the Weaver's Wall. Beauty. Seismic Shove, the collapse, and the death of Ignar.
I know it's a 2K gold deficit for Dignitas, but I still feel like, you know, TSM's gonna have the advantage for a little bit longer. Nice skill force from Spawn to get out of that glacial prison.
Yes, you are 2,000 gold behind, but if you can staunch that bleeding, keep it around the same spot, it might be okay. Maple gonna be jumped on here by Jensen. Just comes out of the brush, immediately goes looking for that Talia.
Nice.
Waits for the shockwave to guarantee the force of the flash. Looking to take those from the top side Dignitas jungle. It's completely dark in there now. You can see nothing through the fog. They've swept out any wards that might have been around. They're gonna use their Scryer's Trinket into the Baron pit just to make sure nobody from TSM was rushing that down. But TSM's not concerned about the Baron. They're concerned about the enemy AD carry. And Spawn just gets deleted. Neo grabs the killing spree. Of that vision is swept away. Armin's going to try to clear out the waves however he can. It's a 4-man push from TSM here in the top side. Maple being the man set apart because he's the one who can join most easily. Calling will find a little bit of damage. Armit wants the engage. Dig's going in. 5 minutes strong, but the problem is Maple's already joined up. Now Armit's caught on the wrong side of the wall, and Jensen is too. Maple keeps firing back into Ignar as Dignitas trying to maintain their lines. Oh, it's not gonna work. Neo's on a rampage and Spawn's back in Spawn as we've got Dignitas falling back in for retreat, and TSM keeping it rolling.
It's that Q knockup that got him as the Aphelios is dragged in and now back to live. Maple already finding a lot of damage. Dignitas getting zoned out.
Santorin at 40% HP. Chime's bubble should guarantee his fate. Solo, meanwhile, has found the rest of the team. Ignar's gonna be your target now as Boogie goes forward, secures the stun. Maple's got the shove. Easy peasy TSM.
Again, the community, everyone had them. 8, 9, mostly at 10. All the analysts had him at 10. I had him at 10. And this team sitting at 5 and 4 after the first round robin.
And you can see the teleports coming in. I think the call from Dig is to just Hail Mary. Try to save Jensen here, hope that it works. Boogie wants to chase him over the wall, I would presume. All right, the great Jensen hunt is on.
Cannot TP out.
Run, Jensen, run!
Maybe
Jensen, run! Okay, they don't have the hard CC to get him inside. Do they? Yes, they do. Avert your eyes, young viewers. TSM, slow and steady wins the race, and they will slowly and steadily force Armit to flash away as they continue pushing forward and applying pressure onto the last remaining tier 3 turret in the Dignitas base. Solo and Chime end up getting some damage. Aphelios ulti finds TSM, but they're so far behind, it's not going to give Dignitas the opportunity to follow up meaningfully. Nexus turrets are melting to minions all the while. TSM moving over to help them along into the grave. As Dignitas lose their first Nexus turret, Armit's going to be thrown up into the air. Spawn looking for some damage onto Solo, but won't get enough to kill him. Third inhibitor dies, bottom lane now. Armit again, just staying on the front line, trying to soak, trying to just waste any time that he can from TSM. Solo's still at about 25% HP. They go in after Maple, but he buys time here with the Zonias. Neo's unstoppable, Spawn is dead. Dignitas back into the fountain. Neo's gonna keep him there. Maple's gonna keep him there. Solo doesn't care. He's back onto the next set. TSM don't give him a single kill. And they end the first round robin 5 and 4.
Great play.